everybody. So this is my little Ecuador vlog where I'm just going to talk about my trip, everything that happened on it, what went well, what did not, and I'm just going to kind of go over everything that I did in that week. This week was really amazing. I am just so happy at how the gospel was shared. It was really impactful on the entire community of Salcedo. I'm just so blessed to have been on that trip and gotten to go there. So anyway, I'm going to start talking about the travel portion of my trip, which was really great. The traveling, actually, no hiccups at all, except for like one delay is all we had, which was very impressive since we were on 2 flights going there and 2 flights coming back. So we started in Chicago and we got to the airport and we flew out of Chicago, but the first we had to delay for like 2 hours. By the time we got there, I was planning on eating lunch there because we were going to land about 2 o'clock. We ended up landing about 4 o'clock, and all I'd eaten that day was like a protein Cliff Bar. So I was really hungry and really cranky, and I just needed some food. So I got some pizza. It was delicious. I tasted like New York pizza, honestly. It was so good. We got on the plane. That flight did not have a delay. It made to Ecuador around, I think, 9 or 10 o'clock. I think around 10 o'clock. Then we hopped on a bus and rode the bus for about 2 hours to Salcedo and to our hotel. We finally made it there and I was so tired. I like passed out right then. And they also had sandwiches for us on the bus. The sandwiches were really good, so we had sandwiches. But anyway, that was day 1 in our travel day of our 5-day or 7-day trip. So today I woke up and to a very loud tornado siren. It was very loud, and Brooke woke up too. It was really funny. We listen to this huge tornado siren, and before that I woke up to a bunch of roosters calling. So we woke up to a lot of things, and then after that we realized, oh, we actually have to get out of bed and get ready. So we did that, and then we showed our room. Our room is really nice. We are just sharing a room together, and it's amazing, and we're pretending like we're like college students living alone for the entire week. It's amazing. Woke up, we went downstairs to have some breakfast. The breakfast was delicious. We had some rolls that are like amazing. I think they have them every breakfast. We had them this morning too. But we had these amazing rolls and some, what did we have for breakfast yesterday?
We had more rolls and like what was it? I didn't eat it.
I don't remember. Yeah, I didn't eat it either. Oh yeah, it was a hash browns. Oh my goodness, this baby cat. And we had orientation. Orientation was really good. It was like probably an hour after that. We went and got our water filters for our backpacks and started doing home visits.
Yep.
And then after we did the home visits, and the home visits were really amazing. We just went to one house for us. Brooke went to one house too, and there was more cows outside. There was 2 ladies there and a little girl, and we showed them the water filter, and they were really, really excited. They were really responsive to the Bible message. And then the little girl, I was talking to her, there was a little dog that walked in, and here there's literally stray dogs everywhere. Like, they look like house dogs, but they're stray dogs. And one walked inside because they'll just walk everywhere, and the little girl was like, oh my goodness, I was pointing at the little dog. It was so cute. So the little girl, when I was leaving, she was all said bye to me and everything. It was so cute. I was really happy to see her. And then at the end, the mother and then the daughter-in-law both gave their life to Christ, which is really cool. I was super happy with that. It was amazing. And after that, we left. We went back to the bus, and we decided to, well, then by that time it was like 5 o'clock, so we decided to go back to the hotel, have dinner. And for dinner we had some shrimp and rice every meal comes with rice, and then some like coleslaw. I think I remember, I put it up on the screen what we had. I don't remember, but it was very good. It was like prawns. It wasn't really shrimp. I have never had prawns. I have shrimp before. Shrimp is like okay, but the prawns were delicious. Honestly, it tasted like really buttery and kind of like chicken. I know everybody says it tastes like chicken, but it literally did. Okay, just like kind of debrief for the night. So for debrief we did we had just talked about how the day went and if it went well and everything. And so we're all talking about all the great things that happened that day, and it was super amazing. To our rooms and went to bed and watched some more Spanish cartoons. Here's a picture of Brooke with her Spanish cartoons. It was kind of hilarious. So anyway, that was day 1. It was so fun. I'm so ready for day 2. This is the silk scarf I bought from the lady. It has butterflies all over it. It's so pretty. Good morning. It's day 2 or day 3, depending on how you look at it, and if you count travel time and whatnot. It's actually lunchtime today, so I'll film the end of this video like later. But so I'll tell you what happened so far in the day. It was a really awesome day so far. I am so amazed at how God has worked in my life today, and yeah. So first I woke up this morning and we went down for breakfast. We had rolls again and empanadas. I think I didn't have an empanada, but I did have one of the rolls. The rolls are so good. I don't know why, but they're delicious. Then after that, we went and we got our water filters and got our backpacks and everything, and we're ready to go out. Got into the first house for the morning, the only house we actually ended up going to. Lady and this older gentleman and their daughter, and they have a house there. I'll put a picture of the house on here, but for a little bit and we talked to them about how he likes to bake bread and he likes to, it's very farming and everything. He even offered to let us ride their horses, so we didn't end up getting to do that, but we showed them how the water filter worked and it was really cool. They were so happy like to see the water filter and everything, and they're asking if they can like about it and everything, super interested in it, because their area, they don't have any tap water or anything, they just have like groundwater, so it's really not great, and so and everything. But there was these two little kids that came in and their names were Mazareth and Lara. Lara is a little boy, and Lara. Mazareth was a girl, she was about probably 9, and then Lara was maybe 6 or 7. So I saw them over there, and then Brooke, my amazing friend, happened to bring some crayons and she gave me 2 of them, and I was like, you know, I bet these kids would love to draw with some crayons. Okay, so I got the crayons out and I gave them each a pack of crayons, and they were so happy. Their eyes like lit up. For the next hour, I got some paper out of my like mission journal. I just pulled them out and then I gave it to them, and they were just drawing for the hour, like just drawing. And I drew them pictures to color in, and they were so happy. And their mom, whose name was Nellie, she was so happy too. And 6 people accepted Christ, which was really amazing. They were so kind, and we just walked around. They showed us around the garden and everything. It was beautiful. And then when we were going to leave and everything, I gave them each like the 2 kids bracelets, and then another one of the kids, Carlos, showed up, and then there was like probably 7 of them, and so I gave them all bracelets and they all loved them so much. And she came up and she gave me this little toy, which is really sweet of her, and I'm gonna put it on a keychain. They give us some Pepsi too, and so we all had Pepsi with them, and it was really nice. They gave us a whole bottle of Pepsi, like, which is really kind of them. So then we went back to the bus, and you know, we were sitting on the bus, and I'm like, I thought I would see the last of them. Then I look at the window, and both the kids had run all the way from their house to the bus to give me and Maddie something. And so the little boy, he comes over and he like hands me this book, and he just gives me this book, and I was like, wow, like, thank you so much, it's such a pretty book, right? And it's his entire English workbook from last year, and he just gave it to me, and I was like, buddy, like, here you go, you can have it back, like, you don't need to give that to me. And then he was like super insistent on it. It was really sweet. And then I looked inside and they wrote me a note too, and it was like, it was super sweet. So to all of us for that. And so it says something along the lines of, it's all in Spanish and I had to Google translate it to figure it out, but it says something along the lines of, so it said, thank you for being so great with me and my family, this gift is for you, see you next year, and then I love you. And I don't know where the see you next year part came from, but it's really, really sweet. And then she gave me this little bracelet that she made as well, and it's really sweet because I just gave her a little bracelet. So it's really, really pretty, and it's got like all these little beads, and I'm probably not going to be taking it off for like the next 5 days. So day 4 was really amazing. We first, for breakfast, we had some rolls and like eggs or something, I don't know. Then after breakfast, we hopped on the bus to go to the first houses that we were going to. So for the first house we went to I was doing the gospel, and they had some baby puppies that were so cute, and they were so adorable. They were only 2 weeks old. And I shared the gospel at that house. We installed the water filter. The lady loved it. She accepted Christ, which is really amazing. And then she had a daughter too. The daughter did not accept Christ, but she was like probably 11. So, and then after that house, we went to another house, and this house was like more of a factory kind of. It was like all for welding, so they had a bunch of tools out and everything to weld, and it was a guy named, oh, this is gonna be hard, Fernando and his girlfriend were there, and we went over there, and usually we'll make small talk before we install their water filter, and then we'll talk about the gospel. But instead we asked him what he liked to do in his free time, and he's talking about how he loved to read the Bible. And that was really amazing. That opened the door for us to talk about the gospel with him, and that was probably one of my favorite houses because we had a whole conversation about the gospel, and he accepted Christ before we even installed the water filter. I really love that. We went back to the hotel to have lunch, and we had some soup. I think this was the day we had the really good soup, which was like, it was squash soup with little french fries on top and like shredded chicken at the bottom. I don't know, it was really good though, so that was good. We ate that, and we had some lunch. I forgot what lunch was that day. Let me see. Then we went back out to people's houses, which was great. We did a total of 4 houses today, which is the most I've done on any of the days. I did the gospel again, and we went to a guy named Brian's house. He had a small house. His wife was sick, and so that was really sad. We prayed for his wife. We prayed for the health of their family. We also, he doesn't have a job right now, and so he was saying that even though he didn't have a job, it was really, he had time to trust in God in that, and he really wasn't religious before that, and he accepted Christ, which was really amazing, and we installed the filter. But then after that, this was probably my second favorite house, honestly, because it was just really cool. We went to this house and they didn't know we were coming, so we walked in and it was a family. It was just 2 people in the house. It was a grandmother and then her son, or her grandson, whose name was David. He was 17 years old, and talking to them about it, it was very real, and it was very much like we were talking, but it was almost just more personal. It wasn't like we needed a translator to communicate with him. I was just talking about, we were talking about, he was trying to learn English, and he was curious about how we talk in English so well, and I was sharing with him how his English was way better than my Spanish will ever be. We shared the gospel with them, and he accepted Christ, and his grandmother accepted Christ, and that was really amazing. I think we had prawns that night, like shrimp. They were really good. I'll put a picture here, but they were actually really good. I haven't tried shrimp before. I don't like shrimp, but these tasted really buttery and weirdly enough kind of like. Then after that, we had dessert, and tonight's dessert was the best dessert ever. We went to a crepe shop in Ecuador. It was the best crepe I've ever eaten in my life. I'm sorry, Mom. It was the best one, okay? It was like a crepe and they rolled it up. Here's a video of the lady making the crepe. But basically they would put the like batter on this pan and flip it over, and then they would roll it up with Nutella and with cream, and I got one with almonds and chocolate sauce on it. Some of them had ice cream, some of them had marshmallows in them. They were delicious. So that was day 4. It was amazing. I had an amazing day. Day 5 was really good, but it was a little bit sad because on day 5 we realized we didn't have any houses left to bring water filters to, and most people would be like, oh yeah, you can go to do touristy things, but when I've raised money to like go there on a mission trip to provide water filters, it was a little bit sad that we didn't get to actually provide more water filters. We tracked down this big hill to this train. We took a train ride on the train. It was on these little train tracks. It was really fun. It was really great till we got to this little station. So we got to this station, and the station was cool. There's some dogs there. We talked to some people about the history of the train and everything. Then we get back on the train to go back to the station, you know, where we get off and we can go back up to our car, our bus and everything. And we go about maybe 10-20 feet and the train just stops because it ran out of gas. So we had to get out, we pushed the train, and some like JC and some of our chancellors, they pushed the train all the way back to the station, and then the guy got in his truck and drove off to go get some gas. So once we got back to the station, they had some really this had some pretty photo shoots. I think we did this before actually, but we took some photos on these big sunflowers and the view was incredible. It was so pretty. Then after that got back in the bus and we drove down to the bottom where the water was to go on a boat ride. Insane. Then we sat on the boat and a bird called like this. And we learned about some of the history of the water there. So there was like, they had a story or a myth or something. We saw like this Incan face in a rock apparently. I couldn't tell that it was a face, but here's the video. Yeah, I wasn't really sure where the face was, but it's okay. Called some trees that were apparently told a story. There's 3 of them. Basically, the story was that there was 2 brothers who were 14 and 17, and they got lost. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when. Maybe they fell in the lake. I'm not really sure. But basically, the 3rd tree symbolized the mother who never stopped looking for them until the day she died at like 93 or something. Very strange story, but that was the entire story. We drove off back to the hotel. Went to the hotel to eat some lunch. I think we had some soup again. Then we got back onto the bus and drove off again. This time we were told we were going to an ice cream factory. We were not going to an ice cream factory. First, we went to a rose factory, which was really impressive. So Ecuador is the 3rd largest producer of roses in the world. So basically they have these big greenhouses that they grow roses in. Super pretty. We got to walk all around in them. There were some really weird roses that have like grass in them. Very strange. But they have every single kind of rose. They distribute them. These are the only roses that go to America and everything. Then after that, we did go to an ice cream factory. Ice cream factory is what they called it. It was just a little ice cream shop. Apparently they're super popular in Ecuador. It's like, kind of looks just like ice cream that you froze in a cup. I might actually do a recipe on that because they were actually really good, but I did not know I had sensitive teeth. until that day. Okay, eating those roses, oh my goodness, eating those popsicles was very difficult. So we were like biting into them and stuff. Very hard. We had burgers for dinner. I did not take a picture because everybody was so hungry and they looked so good. We had burgers and fries. And then we went back upstairs to go to bed, except I didn't go to bed because I don't know, I just didn't want to yet. So now I think I'm on day 6 or 7. I don't remember. But the point is, today was travel back home day. And then we packed, went to bed, woke up the next morning, and we ate some breakfast. We had rolls again. They were delicious. They were superb. There's no more strawberry jam, so I ate some cheese. The cheese was quite good, quite good. It was very strange. It was goat cheese, but it's delicious. I ate a lot of food I would never normally eat. But then we hopped in the bus, and we were going to a market today. So we drove the bus to a little market, and I got a bunch of things. I got some you debate at these markets like you for the right price. So I went to the ECUADOR Museum, which was really, really fascinating. They talked a lot about, I thought they were just going to talk about the equator and stuff. No, they talked about like chocolate. We got to try some like cacao seeds and cacao nibs from like a cacao plant fruit thing. We went to the equator, obviously, and stood on that, take some photos. You know the thing where they like dump the water in on both sides? I figured out how they did it. Like the guy, they always dump the bucket of water in it and then just left it there. So when you pull it out, it's obviously gonna go straight down. You walk a few feet, guy dumps it in. It's already swirling in that direction. He pulls it out. It's a pretty easy trick to do. It's kind of funny. Like I'll show you how to do it. Like literally, it's that easy. I could do it here without the equator. Like it's kind of funny. Then we got on the bus and drove to the airport. So yeah. Got to the airport and they gave us our flight left at like 10:50, so we had plenty of time. So we ate some lunch, or I mean dinner. So for dinner they gave each group like $20. So me and Brooke were together, and then like all the parents and kids, but like we don't have a parent there, so just us. We used our money very wisely and had the best meal of our life. Went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, got a 20-count chicken nugget to split and a large fry. It's amazing. Then we got some ice cream from Baskin Robbins. So our photo, we were overjoyed to have the ice cream. It was incredible. Thank you so much, Baskin Robbins. Like, you made our day. I had vanilla caramel. Brooke had some strawberry sorbet. It was delicious. And then we got on the airplane. It was probably midnight. It was midnight to 5. It was an overnight flight from Quito to Miami. I didn't sleep a wink. Okay, it was awful. We finally landed in Miami. We had to wait for like 2 hours. Me and Brooke walked down. We told Derek, which he's an awesome leader, by the way. We're going to Dunkin', and he said sure. So we walked down all the way to the Dunkin' Donuts, which is like a 12-minute walk. I feel like we walked at least a quarter of a mile. Okay, I don't know where the train was. Then we went and we got our Dunkin' Donuts. I got 2 donuts, which were decent. They were okay, and a bai drink. I love bai drinks. My friend Rachel put me on, and oh my goodness, they are so good. The coconut one is definitely my favorite. It is just so good. It's full. It's got caffeine. It's got energy. No sugar in it. So delicious. Okay, like I cannot tell you enough. I'm not a big energy drink fan. Like I hate most energy drinks just because they're so sugar. They just don't taste real. They don't taste like real sugar. They don't taste like anything. This one is naturally sweetened, and you don't taste that with your sugar flavor. Okay, it does not taste like that. But anyway, I'll put a link in the description where you can get those, and you can get a discount on them as well. So definitely go check that out. We took a plane to Chicago. I slept for like an hour on that flight, I think. Then finally we landed in Chicago. Got her there, got our luggage, which was great. Got into the car, and I took another nap for 2 hours. We got back to church. My parents picked me up, went home, told them about my trip. And last night I slept for like 15 hours. It was an amazing trip. I will never forget. I am so happy about all the people I met. It was just, you could see God working there. It was just really, really incredible. And my hope is that everyone, at least once in their life, should take a trip like that. It was just amazing and something I will never forget. Thank you so much for supporting me and for watching this video. Bye.